Hello, my dear students. I think you all are well now. So, welcome back to another learning lessons in my Physio-Pulse channels. Today, we will discuss a basic structure and function of the nephron. As in earlier classes, we already discussed about the structure of kidney and anatomy of the kidney. So, these lectures you will find clear explanations, diagram, and important concepts here. And also, it is very simple, easy to understand way we will discuss here for the exam oriented or exam purposes. So, before we begin, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. And now let's understand about our nephron structures and functions. So actually, nephron is defined as the structural functional unit of the kidney. So each kidney consists of 1 to 1.3 millions of nephrons. So it is a huge number of nephrons. The number of nephrons starts decreasing after 45 to 50 years of age at the rate of 0.58% to 1% every year. So each nephron, if you see, it is formed by the two important parts. One is the malpighium corpuscle, another is the renal tubule. Now, if you see the structure, what we see that this portion is called the malpighium corpuscle, where the glomerulus, Bowman capsules are also situated. But in this portion, this is called the renal tubule, where the proximal convoluted tubule, loops of Henle, even also distal convoluted collecting tubule, all are present here. So we will discuss one by one how this is functioning into the nephrons. Like see, first of all, if you see the renal corpuscles, there the renal corpuscle, malpighium corpuscle, which is a spheroidal and slightly flattened structures with a diameter about 200 micrometer. And then functions of the renal corpuscle is specifically filtration of the blood, which forms the first phase of the urine formation. So when blood comes from the cardiac output, actually we know that 20% of cardiac output, that is 1 liter of blood, it comes to the renal or kidney functions particularly, and in this blood it is filtered to the glomerulus. So this is the first phase of the urine formations where it is occurred. Now situation of renal corpuscle and types of nephron. Actually, if we see the renal corpuscles, it is situated in the cortex, that is the outside of the kidney, and near the periphery to the near the medulla. So if you see, according to these structures, it is classified into two types. One is the cortical nephrons, another is the juxtamedullary nephron. What are these things? Cortical nephron or superficial nephron are the nephrons which having the outer corpuscles are having the outer cortex of the kidney near the periphery. In human body or human kidney, 85% nephrons are the cortical nephron. And if you see the juxtamedullary nephron, these nephrons are having the corpuscles of the inner cortex near the medulla, that is called the corticomedullary nephron. And if you see the structure of renal corpuscles, so you see the glomerulus and also Bowman capsule is there. Already we told these are the two important parts present in the renal corpuscles. What is glomerulus? Glomerulus is a tuft of the capillaries enclosed by the Bowman capsules, and it consists of the glomerular capillaries interposed and also between the afferent arteriole of one end to the efferent arteriole on the other end. This is the structure. Afferent arteriole, blood comes here, filtered here, and then it goes to the efferent arterioles. So glomerular capillary arises from the afferent arteriole. After entering the Bowman capsule, the afferent arteriole, what it will do? It will actually specifically this afferent arteriole, it may divide into 4 to 5 large capillaries. Each large capillary is subdivided into many small capillaries, and these small capillaries are arranged in irregular loops and forms the anastomosis. That is, all the smaller capillaries finally reunite and to form the efferent arteriole, and which leads the Bowman capsules. So functionally, if you see the functional histology, then glomerular capillary are made up of single layer of endothelial cells which are attached to the basement membrane. So students, if you classify, if you distinguish in between cortical and juxtamedullary nephron, then what we will see? There the percentage is 85% cortical nephron, 15% juxtamedullary nephron. Then situation is outer cortex, it is near the periphery, and it is inner cortex near the medulla situated. Its size is short, very short, and hairpin vein penetrates only up to the outer zone of medulla, and it is very long, hairpin vein penetrates up to the tips of the papilla. And peritubular capillary, blood supply to the tubule peritubular capillary, it is also via vasa recta, and function mainly formation of urine and mainly mainly concentration of the urine and also the formation of urine. So now, if you see the Bowman capsule, there are the actually two layers, inner visceral layer and outer parietal layer. And both these layers are present on the cover visceral layer. They cover actually glomerular capillaries and continue with the parietal layer at the visceral fold. And if you have to see the tubular portion of the nephron, there are the three types of parts. That is proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule is the coil-like structures arising from the Bowman capsule and situated near the cortex. It is continued to the descending limb of loop of Henle, and length is given here, that is 14 millimeter, and diameter is 55 micrometer, and it is continued with the loop of Henle. And this is these are the functional histology of, because it has a brass border. Presence of this projection, the epithelial cell consists of the brass border cells. Now, loop of Henle, descending portion of loop of Henle, and hairpin bend and ascending loop of Henle. These are the three parts. Descending has also two types. There is a thick descending segment and thin descending segment. Thick segment, because of this diameter, is 55 micrometer in diameter and length is 6 millimeter. And thin portion, that is a very continuous, the thick, it continues the thin portions and patterned structures, but it has no brass border. And if you see, there is a hairpin bend. It is also this is the connecting in between the ascending and descending loop of Henle, but it has no brass border. And if you see the ascending portion of loop of Henle, it is also two types, thin and thick. Thin portion is diameter is only it is 15 micrometer in diameter, and thick portion is diameter is 30 micrometer in diameter. So in this way, you can classify, you can segregate or differentiate between thick portion and thin portion of, and they have the separate functions that we will discuss when we will learn about the formation of urine, that we will discuss. So basically, what we learned today, nephron is a structural and functional unit of the kidney, and it is two parts, renal corpuscle and tubular portions. Number one, tubular portions, that is, it is also three types: proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and loop of Henle also descending limb of loop of Henle and ascending limb portion of loop of Henle, and also hairpin bend. And these both to the loops of Henle, they are also two types: thick and thin, thin and thick. And on the other way, renal corpuscles, it is also two types: glomerulus and Bowman capsules. So in this way, we can say the actual parts of the nephron. These are all the important parts of the nephron. But one important thing also we also learned in this lectures, there is the classification of nephron or types of nephron. There are actually two types of nephron we already learned here. One is the juxtamedullary nephron and another is the cortical nephron. Maximum majority portion of nephron or that lies through the cortex, that is the cortical nephron, and 15% of the juxtamedullary nephron. And main function of cortical nephron to formation of urine, but it is also concentrate of the urine and also formation of urine. It has main functions. So in this way, we conclude that the structure and function of the nephron is very important to understand about the formation of urine, as well as the important functions of the kidney, that we will learn in our next lectures. So students, if you find these lectures helpful, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and press the notification bell so you do not never miss our upcoming biology or physiology or biochemistry lectures. So I think this will help maximize or help your exam purposes. And thank you for watching, and we will see you once again in the next class. Thank you.